So I'll skip the cronies part, but I will say there are quite a few real life examples of why corporations many times prefer to lease rather than to own. Both Starbucks and Walgreens, as two examples that everybody knows, own less than 10% of their real estate footprint. Less than 10% of their real estate footprint. The rest of that, they lease. Now, many of these are done where they build and then sell and then lease back, right? So they build them for what they need and then they ultimately lease them back. A couple things this gives the government the ability to do. One, predictable cost year over year, both from a maintenance standpoint, because you can reasonably predict or build into your lease agreements what the landlord would care for, and then what the tenant would be responsible for. Two, liquidity boost. You get to take the capital that was invested in there and turn that into liquidity to invest in roads, other projects, et cetera, other government ventures, or put it back into the treasury. And then three, this really streamlines the ability for government to expand and contract, right? So as a particular department that rents or owns a building, maybe shrinks that workforce or expands that workforce, they have the ability to then say, cool, we've got a runway of time left on this lease, and then we're going to transition. So I don't believe the government necessarily is a good owner of real estate. There's a lot that goes into owning some of these properties. But what the government is extremely good at is being a grade A tenant. Every bank in America would love to lend to the owners of real estate that have government tenants. Like that is the preeminent tenant. So it's not a bad situation, but I think if it's good enough for Starbucks, it's good enough for Walgreens, it's good enough for some and many of the Fortune 500 companies, it's probably okay for the government.